I suppose most people like putting things into categories, and I'm no different. In fact, I think that in one sense, the world is made up of two different kinds of people. Let me explain. Oh, back about 10 years ago, my dear wife Margie and I lived in Springville, Utah. And one day we went to this church activity. It was a big dinner and an activity, and there was some entertainment and whatnot. And at the time, we had 7 children. And Margie was holding a wee one and was expecting number 8. So here she had a small little one, about 1.5 years old, that she had on her hip and was expecting number 8. And the cleanup began after the end of this gathering, this party. And so Margie does what she does best. She's amazing. She reaches over there, scoops up the child, is holding our one little child on her hip, and then begins wiping up, and then starts directing the rest of our children to come help clean up. And so they start being busybodies and help take down tables and wipe the tables and clean up and throw food away and do all those kinds of things. And here Margie is doing this. Well, in the middle of all of this other wonderful, fabulous lady comes walking over and stands there and watches Margie doing all of this. And I'm over on the other side of this, this hall, watching this play out, just kind of laughing to myself. And this nice lady walks up and she has a stroller with a little baby in it. And that's her only child. And she walks up to Margie and says, "Wow, you're doing a great job. You know what? If I didn't have a little baby, I would probably help clean up too." And there was that moment of awkward, like, wow, do you know who you're talking to? Can you see what's going on? Are you aware of what's happening here? There's a mother of 7 children expecting number 8, running around cleaning things up. And you have 1 child, and if you didn't have a little baby, you'd help clean up. It was a moment of astonishing, like, whoa, some people. Now, this story, and this fine gal, just fabulous individual, but her perspective was a little off. She fell into the category of what I call an isocentric individual. In other words, it's an individual who focuses inwards, constantly looking at what they're doing or their strengths or their weaknesses or what their challenges are, what their problems are, or what's important to them and what they want to have happen or what makes them comfortable, etc., etc. Isocentric, things that are focused on themselves. My dear Margie, and probably you, fall into a completely different category. Now, I want you to think for a moment what that category might be. And I want you to think how that plays out in business, in life, particularly when you're doing a presentation and you're on stage and you're in front of people and you're getting them to follow you, you're influencing them to see the world the way you see it, to do things the way you want to do it, to engage in your cause, in your practice, in your vision of your business. Well, these kinds of people are what I call exocentric. They are focused outward. They're thinking about the other person. My dear wife wasn't thinking about herself and how tiring it was to hold a baby and to be pregnant and to manage 6 other children. She wasn't thinking about all those things. She was thinking about, how can I teach my children? How can I be of service? How can I help in all the circumstances that are going around me? What can I do to be of service and help? That is an exocentric individual. Now, what kind of person are you? I suspect, because you're watching this, you are exocentric. You didn't get to the leadership position that you have. You didn't get to the status that you have by always focusing inward, worrying about yourself. But the thing that I notice is that when most people stand on stage, when most people get up in front of a camera, when most people get in a position where they're making a presentation, they go isocentric. They start focusing inward. They start looking inside and saying, I wonder if my hair is okay. Am I speaking right? Am I doing this? Am I doing this? Isocentric. There's nothing that will kill a presentation, a speech, a dissertation. There's nothing that will kill any kind of a presentation faster than being isocentric, because people can feel it. They sense that you're focused on yourself, not on them. And nobody really cares about you. They don't care about me. They're concerned about themselves. So my invitation for you today is, the next time you have any kind of presentation, from the very beginning, the first moment you begin to think about this presentation, Go exocentric. Focus outward. Think about who your listeners, your audience, your participants are going to be. Consider where they're at and what they're doing and what their needs are and their wants are and the desires are and how you can be of service to them. Get out there, do your thing just like my wife did. Focus outward, and believe me, you will see a major difference in your ability to influence everyone around you because they will start to learn, oh, when I'm around this person, then my needs are taken care of. I feel better, I grow, I become wealthier, I have more success, I get more things done. Because you're thinking about how to contribute, increase, grow, sustain, and build that other person. They will love you for it, and they will desire to follow you. Your influence will dramatically increase as you are an exocentric individual. So go out there, find people to serve, figure out what their needs are, and help deliver on those needs, and your influence will increase dramatically. I'm Joshua Boswell. Thanks for listening. Bye now.